lyrics illuminate to keep the mind open. Beat breaks, breaking the mold, keeping the neck broken. Hoping truth will prevail in the horns. It's Lord and soul. Aggressive on the mic will remain. Songs flow. I'm trying to break the musical mold and peek above the curve and swerve into a place where worthy words is observed. Hear truth fight the lies and synchronize minds. Gifted to bless the mic and the king at the same time. I hold the mic like a staff on behalf of the dark spots. Trying to sow seeds to rip beats from the juggernauts. Twisted thoughts turn to tongue. Keep the mind sprung. Lungs collapse from the air unsung. I'll take a breath and release heat and proclaim the defeat and meet somewhere in the track between lyrics and the beat. I'm making the metronome move to the rhythm I dictate and create a way for secular heads and me to relate and find a spot in the underground and move within the music.
And all of that still does not stop Joe the Shirt from being off the cuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, yes, I know I said yesterday that I'd do a show yesterday after I went out for a gay pride parade. Well, that plan got a little hazy after the 6th Jell-O shot. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's an excuse. I'm just saying that that's what happened. So you can forgive me. It was a gang of fun. As always, Gay Pride's always a gang of fun here in West Hollywood. I've posted quite a few pictures already. You guys, check them out. They're just... These guys are just nuts. I love these guys, these ladies, these transgenders, these post-op, pre-ops, whatever. They just put on such a good parade. Really, it's the second most fun day here besides Halloween. Halloween is like light years ahead of this stuff. But Gay Pride is a lot of fun. It's people just partying, dancing, there's music, there's food, there's booze, there's drugs, there's sex, there's my dog sneezing in the background there. But no, it is such a good time. I love Gay Pride. I love the gays. I truly do. I've always said it, and I'm going to say it again. I wish more men were gay. I really do. I truly, truly do. Just my neighborhood is so nice and clean, and it's very safe. You know, it really is. Oh yeah, but it's such a lot. It's so much fun. It's ridiculous how much fun it is. One of the things that did occur to me this Gay Pride weekend was a post on Facebook by one of my friends, Vicky Wagner, who is a dear, dear friend of mine. She's a neighbor, and we're close. I even have the keys to her apartment for when in case she locks herself out of her apartment, which she actually did, benefit from on Saturday. Saturday, she locked herself out of her apartment, knocked on our door. We were here waiting for the new furniture to arrive, and sure enough, I was able to let her have the key to let herself back into the apartment, which she then returned with a bottle of champagne. So, very, very classy on Vicky's part. But something that Vicky did has me a little perplexed. She was talking about on one of her Facebook posts about how Jonah Hill, it's wrong of him to have used the word faggot. And I find this a little annoying coming from her because I know she's used the word faggot many times. Just within the last, several months. I know for a fact she has. She got into an argument one day with a gay man that lives across the street because his dogs were off leash and hers was on the leash, but his dogs got into it with her dog, and nothing really serious happened, but they started yelling at each other, and I think he referred to her as a fat dyke, and she called him a fucking cocksucking faggot, which is pretty much exactly what Jonah Hill said to somebody. And I don't know, I don't call it hypocrisy. I think that what she was posting about was, was to get people to listen in, to read her post, and to debate it. And they did, as did I. And that's how I made a new friend, Darren O'Brien, who lives in Portland. He's got his own food truck out there, business that he's starting, and it's called D's Pot Pies, I believe. And if you're out in that area, go check it out. Please do. I've read the description he gave me of his pot pies, and they seem delicious. I know I am bouncing around. I'm babbling all over the place, but and it really made me wonder about the whole concept of freedom of speech. I've told you guys many times that when I call somebody a name, it's because I'm picking a name that I think will hurt them the most. If you're gay, if you're black, if you're white, if you're a woman, if you're Latino, if you're Indian, if you're Chinese, if you're Republican, if you're dark, I'm going to come up with the word that can hurt you the most. Now, do I really feel this way about these words in general, or people in general? No, I don't. But I will go out of my way to find the word that I think will hurt you the most. It's not an endorsement of these words, but I do believe that all of us we lash out at others with the intent to hurt them. I think that more often than not, the politically correct shoot themselves in the foot. I think that being politically correct is stupid, actually. I think that, you should be able to say what you want to say and express yourself how you want to express yourself without having to worry about a zillion, individual private groups being critical of you. Then again, it's their right to do so, isn't it? So it flips on itself. Which is what brings me to today's title show, Straight White Male Pride Parade. Good luck with that one. I would love to see anybody try to organize a straight white male pride parade anywhere, especially here in Southern California and Los Angeles. I would love to see. I would love to see somebody just go into City Hall and say, "Yeah, I'd like a permit for a parade." "Oh, sure, sir. What cause? Straight white male parade? Pride? No." Now, a lot of people will argue that, unlike other groups, like, say, the gays, lesbians, transgenders, African Americans, Latinos, Asians, women, straight white males do not need a pride parade. They don't need a pride day, much less a pride month, like, say, if you're African American. You don't need it. Why? Because they're straight, they're white, and they're male. I argue the other way. I think that there's no group more vilified in this country than straight white males. Okay? They get blamed for everything. Oppression of women, oppression of minorities, oppression of immigrants, oppression of the poor, oppression. They are blamed for all oppression in this country. Okay? I can guarantee you that somewhere, somehow, somebody's making the argument that black-on-black crime is caused by straight white men. And probably convincing a lot of people of it. Mind you, I am straight, I am male. Officially speaking, I'm not thought of as being white because I am Puerto Rican, but anybody that meets me naturally assumes that I'm white. White and Jewish, actually. Which I don't have a problem with. I have no problem with whites and no problems with Jews. My girlfriend's white, she's Jewish. I'm good with it. But I think it's wrong that you shouldn't be that people believe you shouldn't be allowed to be proud of the fact that you're straight, white, and male. It's the three terms together that really fuck it up. You can be straight, black, and male and be proud. That's fine. That's right. That's fine. You can be gay, white, male. Fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. You can be a straight white female. Fine. Hey, we'll give you a parade tomorrow. Go ahead. But you cannot be a straight white male and ask people to respect the fact that you're proud of it. You know, you hear about, starting a straight white male pride parade, people immediately think of a Klan rally or the Nazis. Nobody ever thinks to themselves, why can't I just be proud of the fact that I'm straight, white, and male? I mean, you're proud of the fact that you're gay. You're proud of the fact that you're a woman. You're proud of the fact that you're Jewish. Why can't I be proud of this? Somehow, they've got this bizarre stigma on them that, it's not okay to be straight, white, and male. Oh, my God. I would love it if somebody really just tried to organize that parade. I would love to. I'd attend. I would. Of course, the real problem with having a straight white male pride parade is, of course, racism. You can't put out this message without attracting the wrong kind of people. You put out, June 15th, straight white male pride parade. Everybody welcome. The Nazis and the Klan are going to show up. The skinheads are going to show up, and try to try to take it over from the people that are just trying to intend to show that they're proud of just what they are, and without hating anybody else. I don't know. I'd like to see it. I mean, think about it. Straight white males have done a lot for the world. I'm not saying that nobody else has, but I'm just saying that, there's a lot of great straight white males that, we love. We love them. We love George Clooney, don't we? Love George Clooney. Can't get enough George Clooney. Everybody loves Albert Einstein. Love Albert Einstein. He was a genius. Look at him. E equals MC squared. Look at that. He did that. That was a white guy. Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. We straight white males have done a lot for the world. And for whatever reason, we choose to ignore these accomplishments and concentrate on the negative things that they've done. Well, you know what? You got to remember, we're all responsible for doing negative shit. It's not just white people, not just white guys that have done horrible shit on this planet. Idi Amin, not a white guy. Not even a little bit. The Ayatollah Khomeini, not a white guy. Come on now. Okay, Adolf Hitler, yeah, he was definitely a white guy, yeah. He was definitely a white guy. He's like the ultimate white guy, even though people suspect that he was actually maybe partly Jewish, and he was dark-skinned and short and dark-haired and not really an Aryan at all, was he? But but he was a white guy. We keep blaming straight white men for everything, and it's not fair. I mean, a lot of horrible people on this planet that are not white. That's men and women, And by the way, gay white men have done a lot of horrible things in this country. Oh, who am I thinking about here? He was the leader of, was it the FBI? Oh my God, I'm trying to remember his name. No, of course I'm drawing a blank, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He was leader of the FBI, and he, had a whole crusade against communists and homosexuals. And it turned out he was a homosexual. He was hunting his own kind. So many people are just so bitter and angry and closeted that they do things to the people that they actually are, the people that they represent, and hurt them. J. Edgar Hoover. There we go. I know some of you are already screaming at me, J. Edgar Hoover, J. Edgar Hoover. Yeah, I got it. All right. But it's about time for a break. Our first music of the day was brought to you by Omnipoetics of Deviance, their song, Soft Spoken. And here we have Oh No, Not Stereo with their song, Can't Trust Anyone. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I will be right back. Joe the Shirt is off the cuff. Ha ha. Oh, God, I do love doing this show. I honestly don't know how I take such long breaks every once in a while. I had not even realized, from my first show that I did last week that I had done in a while, I did not realize that it had been over a month since I had done a show. I thought it was only like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. My apologies. I had no idea. I did not do a single show in the month of May, which is a damn shame because there's a lot of fun stuff going on in May. First and foremost, of course, being Cinco de Mayo, which is around here known as Drinko de Mayo. Real quick education for you guys on Cinco de Mayo. It is not something that's celebrated in Mexico for the most part. It's barely celebrated here in California and maybe parts of Texas, maybe Nevada. Cinco de Mayo commemorates a battle between a small group of Mexican forces that repelled a much larger force of a French army, which was fought on 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo. Again, nobody's impressed by that because, let's face facts, they were French. But, it's one of those things where, you're like, here, you got the Mexicans, they're the heroes. They fought off this much larger force of the French. Yet, when you talk about the Alamo, Custer didn't pull it out, did he? And against Mexicans. So yesterday was a gay pride parade here in my neighborhood of West Hollywood. The Russian and I had a good time. She got sunburned, which the poor thing. She's so fair skinned. I'm like, if somebody thinks about the sun near her, she gets sunburned. She really does. It's just ridiculous. I felt so bad for her because she got sunburn on the top of her tits. She wore a pretty I think sundress, and yep, the sun got there. I gotta tell you, she's got red boobies, but only on top though. Still very, very white by the nipples. Yeah. Such a good time yesterday. Oh my God, I barely remember any of it. That's how good it was. All right. And to add to my suffering, I had a cigar yesterday, which I haven't had in a while, and it made me sick. I don't care. I enjoyed it anyway. Yeah, it's one thing to have too much booze. It's one thing to have a cigar, but having too much booze and a cigar is a good way to have me hunched over a toilet. I'll tell you that right now. Mind you, I can drink in moderation and have a cigar, but drinking heavily like I did yesterday and the cigar, yeah, that was a bad piece of advice from me to me, but I did it anyway. Now, excuse me, normally I don't do obituaries here on the Joe the Shirts Off the Cuff, but there was a tragic death recently. Alexander Shulgin died just the other day. And I know you're thinking to yourself, who the fuck is Alexander Shulgin? Well, Alexander Shulgin is a biochemist who accidentally discovered MDMA, also known as ecstasy, in 1976 in his backyard laboratory, and as was his tradition, tried it out on himself first. We actually have a couple of quick notes here from his experience. First awareness at 35 minutes, he wrote in his journal of the mood-altering drug. Smooth, and it was very nice. He felt that it held therapeutic promise. Shulgin died at 88 years old, Monday at his home in Lafayette, California. According to an announcement on his website, he had been diagnosed with liver cancer. That might have something to do with the drugs. Now, the funny thing is, Shulgin, despite the fact that ecstasy has been used for partying and going out and getting crazy, and I'll be the first one to tell you, I've done ecstasy. All right? I've done MDMA, okay? More times than I can count. I've enjoyed it way more than alcohol, way more than weed, way more than mushrooms or speed, and I should stop admitting that I've done these things. But ecstasy, loved it. Loved it. And you know what? It was worth the 2-day headache afterward. It really was. Each and every single time. I'll do it again as soon as I can. I promise you. But he is now dead, and he recommended not going out and partying like crazy. He really believed that it would be used as a therapy drug for people who are having trouble expressing their emotions, which pretty much what ecstasy does. I don't know if you've ever done ecstasy, MDMA, whatever, however you want to call it, but it's next to impossible to lie on ecstasy unless you really have something that you want to guard. But what happens with ecstasy is that you volunteer information that you normally don't, and you see things in a way that you normally don't, and you express emotions in a way that you normally probably do not. And it's very freeing, it's very opening, and leads to a lot of three-ways, which is really a lot of fun. Everybody always says that three-ways are overrated. No, they're not. If you're a straight white male like me, the idea of having sex with two women kicks ass no matter what. Let's talk politics a little bit. Egypt has had an election recently, presidential election, where they voted in Egyptian Field Marshal, Abdel Fattah Sisi, who won with an overwhelming victory of 96.9% of the vote. That is nuts. When was the last time you heard of anybody winning by 96.9% of a vote of any country? Ever. I mean, it's unheard of. In related news, the remaining 3.1% were executed. Oh my God. Let's see. What we got? Oh, yeah. The other day I was talking about protection for gray wolves. Turns out the law has been passed. Gray wolves in the state of California have now officially received endangered species protection, meaning that you better not kill a wolf. Ever. Don't kill it. Don't kill it if it goes on your property. Don't kill it if it's attacking your livestock. The only way you can kill a wolf is if it's looking like it's going to kill you, basically, or kill someone that you love, a person, not an animal, a person. In a 3-1 vote, the California Fish and Game Commission declined to follow the recommendation of the State Department of Fish and Wildlife, which argued that a pending wolf management plan would protect the animals while allowing flexibility for ranchers and others who say the predators will attack livestock and decimate elk herds. Now, as I did mention the other day, this is about one wolf that doesn't always live in California. OR7, one wolf in the entire state of California who sometimes crosses in between California and Oregon. One wolf. There's no other wolves that we know about in the entire state of California. But ranchers and farmers are worried that this one wolf will decimate livestock and the elk herd. One wolf. Just make sure we all know what it is I'm talking about. Let's see. I got a couple of quick stories here. Why don't we go through them rather quickly here? Okay. This one is one of my favorites, actually. The Los Angeles gun buyback program, back in full swing, got 950 weapons this year. Mayor Eric Garcetti and Los Angeles Police Department Chief Charlie Beck announced recently that 950 firearms were taken in during the city's gun buyback program on May 31st. Authorities accepted, this is good stuff, 476 handguns, 273 rifles, 170 shotguns, and 31 assault weapons. Now, this is actually a rather mild buyback program this year because in recent years, I reported that some people actually turned in rocket launchers, military-grade rocket launchers. So, this is actually kind of benign. The gun buyback program has taken in almost 13,000 guns off the street since its inception in 2009. Participants in the buyback program are not questioned as to how they got the guns, what they used them for, where were they used. It's anonymous. You turn in the weapon. They give you up to a $200 gift certificate from Ralph's prepaid gift card, where you can go and up to $200 for assault weapons and up to $100 for handguns, rifles, and shotguns. Way to go, LAPD. Let's see. Recently, a third grader was accused of sexual assault. That's right. I said a third grader. Authorities Wednesdays were investigating allegations that a third-grade boy at Riverside Elementary School sexually assaulted another boy repeatedly since last year. The alleged abuse began when the Adams Elementary School students were in second grade, said Jacque Paul, a spokeswoman for the Riverside Unified School District. Quote, one of the young boys apparently was coercing another young boy to perform sexual acts, end quote. Paul declined to provide additional details, citing the age of the two children and an ongoing investigation. Riverside police were notified Monday by the school district and have launched an investigation. Third grade. That would make the kid 8. I honestly don't remember being in third grade, being 8 years old, and having an erection, like, ever. I don't remember that. Let's see. From Oakland, California, a woman is accused of assaulting a girl. Alameda County prosecutors have charged a woman with sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl with a hammer at an elementary school. Hazima Dayam, 48, of Oakland, allegedly lured the girl Friday to a boys' bathroom at Lafayette Elementary School in Oakland, where she assaulted her with a hammer, according to the criminal complaint. Oakland Unified School District spokesman Troy Flint says that Dayam, a frequent school volunteer, may have targeted the girl for possible revenge in a family feud. Dayam's daughter is a second grader at the school. Oh, so apparently the kids are having a little feud there, and she decided to get involved. Actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a story recently on Yahoo where a full-grown-ass man got onto a school bus and thoroughly, physically assaulted a child. Just like pulling him by the hair, lifting him up out of his seat, and smashing him into the windows because this boy had been bullying his boy, of which both of them are mentally handicapped. And finally here, a 29-year-old woman from Lakeside was bent on committing suicide when she drove her speeding pickup truck into another truck. Trista Lean Steer and the other driver, Douglas Meningos, 49, were both killed in the crash Friday on California 67 near Lakeside. Okay, you know what? I don't have a problem with you wanting to kill yourself. You know what? Go ahead. I don't know you. I don't care about you. Kill yourself. That's fine. But if you're going to kill yourself by driving your truck into something, it shouldn't have to be another truck, does it? I mean, you can do 90 into a brick wall, can't you? I mean, I'm sure you can. Or off a cliff, or, anything, really. You don't have to hit another person that you have no idea who they are or what they are, but this is what this little bitch decided to do. In any case, it's time for another break. Let's see. This is My Endeavor with their song Left for Dead. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm Off the Cuff, and I will be right back. Joe the Shirt is off the cuff. Welcome back. Oh, I'm having such a good time here. God, I barely have 10 minutes left in today's show, and there's so much I want to talk about. So much. I got to tell you, the whole gay pride thing, all those pictures I posted today, is blowing up my Facebook account. It truly is. I'm getting so much commentary, so many likes, so many dislikes, and people fighting and arguing with each other. It's fantastic. It amazes me how somebody else gets their orgasm means so much to anybody fucking else. It's just amazing to me. Let's see. Well, one of the issues that I've found interesting recently is what people make. And now I know that most polite white people do not like to talk about how much money they make, especially if they happen to make a lot of money. White people that make a lot of money don't want to talk to you about how much money they make. Poor-ass white people are happy to talk about how much money they don't make, as are most any other race on the planet. But I don't think it's a white issue. I think it's a money issue. I mean, if you're black, Asian, whatever, you make a lot of money. You don't want other people to know about it unless you're a little bit of a show-off. And those people do exist. But when you talk about big companies and the CEOs for these companies and how much money they make, it's so many people these days talk about what it was like back in their day, back in the good old days, especially the people who are making the most money, or Republicans that think they're making money, Okay, I'm being a little flubbed here. Okay, what's going on is, back in the good old days, the average CEO, president, or what have you of any company, maximum, made about 50 times more than one of his factory or store employees. Okay? So if, you were some schlub making, 20 grand a year, maximum, the head of your company was making about $400,000. Not bad. Good for them, obviously, but but you were close enough in your money and how you made it, and to what, and built into how things cost, that it made sense. That is not the case these days. We consider, say, I don't know, the CEO of CVS, Larry Merlo. According to a recent report from the compensation researcher PayScale, he makes $12.1 million a year, which is 422 times the size of the median CVS wage employee, who makes $28,700. Which, as you all know, $28,700 ain't shit when you're trying to survive in a country like the United States, in a city like Los Angeles or New York or Chicago or San Francisco. All right. Now, according to this, CVS's revenue increased 3% last year to almost $127 billion. Its profit rose 19% to $4.6 billion. The company's stock price jumped 48%. But was it really because of this guy? And can you really justify paying this guy 422 times more than his employees make? You have so many big companies who will try to argue that, we can't increase the pay rate of our employees because that would cut into our profitability and the money that our stockholders have, our investors have, and we would not be able to operate and keep prices as low as we do. And I'm calling bullshit on that. I don't think that's true. I really don't. Look, I understand. We all want to make as much money as we can while we can. That's acceptable. But don't make $12.6 million or $12.1 million and then tell the guys underneath you, I can't give you that 25-cent raise this year because, times are tough. Profits are up 19% and, stock prices are up 48% and, we made $127 billion and $4.6 billion profit. But, that 25 cents can't do it. No. Which brings us to the other end. Now, this is actually, before I get into that, this is why I'm bringing in what things were like in the 1950s when the average CEO made about 50 times more than the average employee. This is considered some of the best time in American history. It's referred to as, the greatest generation. Where everybody had a job. Everybody made money. Everybody could afford, with one person in the household working, afford a car, a house, the bills, 2.5 children, and a wife that didn't need to go to work and who could stay at home and take care of the kids and cook and clean, And these are very, very Republican-style ideals here that I'm talking about. But then you have these companies that keep paying their CEOs these ridiculous amounts of money and then claim that they're broke. They're too broke to pay their employees, a living wage. They're too broke to, give them that 25-cent raise. Or in the case of Seattle, a $7 raise. In case you hadn't heard, Seattle raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour. The rate will be the highest in any city in the nation. Seattle Mayor Ed Murray takes part in the celebration at City Hall as council members unanimously raised the minimum wage. Mind you, opponents are planning on suing. This progressive and extensive city struck a blow against rising income inequality Monday when the city council voted unanimously to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour, the highest municipal minimum wage of any metropolis in the country, and the rallying cry of fast food workers and union organizers. Now, $15 an hour, that's really something when you think about it. I mean, let's see, in your average 40-hour work week, that equals to about $600 a week, $2,400 a month. Let's see, what was that? $2,400 a month. That's almost $30,000 a year. Did I get the math right? 10, 150. Let's see, 15 times 10 is 150 times 4 is 600. Yeah. That's impressive. I mean, at $15 an hour, shit, I want to work at McDonald's. Yeah, why not? Of course, the argument is always that, by paying the employees that much, the prices will have to go up. And I say that no, the prices do not have to go up. I understand the business of any business is to make money. Okay? But do you have to make so much more money? Okay? When you're talking about a company like CVS, who made profits now, $4.6 billion. That's a lot of money. $4.6 billion. If you made only $3.6 billion, you could afford to pay your employees a lot more money, still make a gang of money yourself, and still keep prices exactly where they are. But no, you want to make the rich richer, keep the poor poorer, and then everybody else that isn't involved, they get to pay higher prices. And one last story, so we can leave on a fun note. This is from LA Times. Utah police arrest Megan Huntsman, 39 years old, who is believed to have given birth to children between 1996 and 2006, wherein she killed them and buried them in the desert. 7 babies' bodies were discovered. Utah police have arrested a 39-year-old woman in connection with the discovery of 7 infant bodies in the garage of a home in a small community 40 minutes outside of Salt Lake City. Let's see. Pleasant Grove Police Captain Michael Roberts told the Los Angeles Times on Sunday that investigators think Megan Huntsman gave birth to all of the infants from 1996 to 2006 and then killed them. Quote, "We believe she birthed each baby and then killed it after it was born." Police made the grisly finding Saturday morning in the town of 35,000 after the woman's estranged husband, who was cleaning the garage before moving back into the home, found the body of an infant and called the authorities. Huntsman had moved out of the house in 2011 and was living nearby. Police served a search warrant and found 6 more tiny bodies in cardboard boxes in the garage. I've never seen anything like it. It's shocking. Now, as in reference to the husband, he is not a person of interest. He had just gotten out of prison after serving an 8 or 9 year term. So, and by the way, he's believed to be the father of all 7 children. So, this chick was visiting her husband in prison, fucking him, getting pregnant, having the babies, killing them, and then storing them in the garage. See? Happy fun time. Way to end today's show. And we are going to end our show today with Musica Manovella and their song Lo Scorpion Ubriaco. I'm Joe the Shirt. I've been Off the Cuff. Thank you for listening. Straight white male pride.